So for the shirt collar, I'm going to first of all draft out the drawing before doing the measurement so that you know what we are working with, how to do it. It's not difficult. So this is what you do when your collar is folded. So this is just a plain paper, I'm not folding it yet. So this is what I want to do. The shirt collar, you just draw there are two parts. This is the down part, okay, and then the top part, you take it like this. You take it like this. Are you hearing me? You take it like this and you go up. Are you getting? And you drop this place down. Okay. This is your shirt collar. There are two sides. This is the down side and this is the top side. Okay. So this side here is going to be, normally starts with this side from here to here. Are you getting? From here to here. A normal shirt collar, the downside is 1.5 inch. Okay, and then it ends at 1 inch. So you will be dropping it down till it gets to 1 inch. Okay, it's always smaller here, and here starts at 2 inch. Okay, and as you are going up, it ends at 3 inch. Okay, are you getting? So now, like I said, here is 1.5 inch. From here to here is 1.5 inch. It goes down a bit, just a bit down to 1 inch and ends here at 1 inch. This part here is 1 inch. It folds down at this edge like this. It folds down at the end here at 1 inch. And here, from here to here, for the second part, which is the upper part, starts at 2 inch and goes up to 3 inch. Okay, so from here to here will be 3 inches. From here to here will be 3 inches. The gap between this and this is usually ½ inch. Okay, ½ inch to less than an inch. But by the time it folds down, it will be almost 1 inch, because it will get to a point here, then it will now fold down. Okay, so this is the normal drawing for a shirt collar. Okay, this is a normal drawing for a shirt collar. Okay, so now I'm going to use this to draft a real shirt collar. Okay, I'm going to be putting it on the mannequin. So I want us to measure what we okay, so for that we're going to start getting it. So for my mannequin neck is about 13.5. And for that, I'm going to fold. Okay, I'm going to fold it to half of 13.5. Just call it 14. I'm going to fold it to be enough for 7. Okay. All right. I'm going to fold it like this. Remember, this one is not folded, but it's meant to be folded. Okay. So I'm going to fold it like this and make sure I get 7. Which is the highest. 40. My neck is 40, so I'm going to get 7 plus, you give some allowance of about 1 inch, 7, 8. So let me make sure it is stopping at 8. Are you getting? Okay, so it is at 8 now, as you can see, which is 16 in 1 inch, seam allowance. Now that is when folded. So now I'm going to, remember this side here is 1.5 and ends at 1. So 1.5 is what I'm going to draft out. Or I'm going to make it 2.5 plus seam allowance, because I'm going to sew half. Because you're going to give 1 inch for seam allowance. That's half here and half here when you're sewing. Okay, so we're going to take it at 2.5 here, and we're going to mark it here. We're going to mark here. Down here gets to 1, so plus 1 inch seam allowance is going to be 2. We're going to mark 2 inch for this side. Okay, 2 inch for this side, 2 inch for this side. Remember, it's 2.5 and 2 inch. That's 1.5 and 1, then seam allowance, extra 1 inch for seam allowance. Okay, and for then we are going to now rule it to meet each other. Okay, so I want to rule these two places to meet each other. Okay, I don't know if you can see. Okay, all right, so I've ruled it here to meet each other here. Okay, this is how it is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this place off before I do the second part. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off first. Okay, so I've cut it off. You can see it's like this. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and do this other side. Okay, so for me to do this other side, that's this up side, I'm going to take the measurement 2 inches. Okay, that's what you're supposed to use here, plus 1.5, plus 1 inch for seam allowance. That will give me 3. And then I'm going to take 4 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, and that will give me 4. This is normal 3 inches here. So I'm going to mark it. Okay, so let's mark it. I've already marked this place here at 3 inches. So I'm going to mark another here for 4 inches. That is 3 plus 1 inch, 4 inches. Okay, and now instead of me to draw a line that is going to be straight like the other one, no, I'm not going to draw a straight line. I'm going to give a curve. Okay, okay, so I'm not going to draw a straight line, no, I'm going to give it a curve like I gave it. I'm going to make sure it's straight to a certain point, then I'm curving. So this is what I'm going to particularly. If you have a circle, a curve ruler, that would be the best option. Okay, but I'm just going to get a curve ruler for someone whose hand is going to find it difficult to move. As you can see, this is it. It just curves. You just curve it like this. Okay, remember this is with 1 inch seam allowance. A collar is not usually this big. There's 1 inch. 1 inch is for sewing 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch here. Okay, when you are folding, when you are joining it with this part. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it out. It's very simple, very simple. As you can see, I've cut it. So after doing that, remember there's a slack here. Okay, there's a slack here that goes down at 1/2 inch. So I'm going to measure 1/2 inch plus another 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to actually measure 1 inch where it meets here. So this is where it's going to meet, down here. Okay, that slack is what I want to achieve, and it's just to draw a line to meet it here. That's simple. So I'm going to draw the line now to meet it. I don't know if you can see, but I'm sure you understand. You can see that line. Okay, all right, closer for you to see what I mean. And then you have your this. So I'll just cut it out. Okay, okay, so as you can see, I'm opening it now. Okay, I'm opening it and I'm going to place this one, this smaller one like this. This is how you're sewing it. You can see this is how you sew it. Okay, and then you sew it and bend it down. So I want to go and sew it. Okay, when you are sewing it, this is what it will come out looking like. When you finish sewing it, it will come out, don't worry, let's sew it so that it will make you sure you have a perfect picture of how it is. But know that you're sewing this angle that is down here, not the side that has the arrow, over the curvy side. You're going to sew it on top of the curvy side of it. Okay, the back of it, the curvy side of it. That's what you should know you are going to do. Okay, so I have gone to sew these two sides. Remember I told you sew the curvy side on the curvy side of the down on the straight side of the up. I don't know if you understand. So I've gone ahead to sew it, and so when you are done sewing it, this is how it comes out. You fold it like this. Okay, you fold them like this, and then this is how your shirt collar comes out. This is where the button is, this place. So you can see this is where the button is. So this is how it is folded. This side is inside and sewn to the main shirt. Let me display it on a mannequin and show you the end result. Okay, so I want to show you what it looks like on the mannequin. Okay, I want to show you what it looks like on the mannequin. I'm going to use the masking tape to hold it as the button. So this is what I just showed you. So it's folded opposite each other and it's taken round like this. This is where the button is. Okay, but I want to use a masking tape as the button since it's an illustration. Okay, so this is where the button usually is. So I want to use the masking tape to hold it as you can see, it's coming out just as expected. Let me take it closer to look like. Okay, the collar, you can see the back. Okay, this other side, you can see this masking tape is the button angle. That's the part I said you leave half 1 inch here. Okay, all right, so this is exactly what it is, what it looks like. Okay, so thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section. I will be glad to reply and answer every one of it. Thank you.